So these 4 days we have looked at chapter number 118, few slokas. Should I have to chant or repeat it or go to new slokas now?
Let's go to new sloka.
Now we reached to chapter number 3. Yeah.
Chapter 3 is complete.
Yeah, third chapter we were in the beginning, correct? We were in the beginning where the second chapter review was there. And that is where the confusion of Arjuna. Arjuna uvacha jayasi chet karmanaste mada buddhir janardana tatkim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshavaha. Then vyamisreneva vakyena buddhim mohaya
Mohaya singame.
tadekam patanischitya yena sreyoham apyunam. What is good for me, you decide and then tell me. And we can see lot of connections with these slokas in the subsequent chapters. So what is that is Shreyas for you? That is what Arjuna now wanted to listen to. What is good for me, you decide and tell me. So what is Shreyas for anybody is what is being explained. Bhagavan explains in various slokas what is the actual dharma, and abiding your dharma, your karma is more important than moving away from your assigned karma. Swabhava prabhavair gunai. What is your basic character? Based on that you take your job and then start doing it. That is what Bhagavan says. Right? That is there in second chapter also. If you look at second chapter, we skipped many, but there are, when we talk about the Dharma Shastram, we should go to second chapter 31st sloka. Swadharmam apichavekshya
Swadharmam apichuvavekshya
na vikampidumarhasi
na vikamritumarhasi
dharmyadhi yuddhat sreyo anyat
dharmyat
kshatriyasya na vidyate.
kshatriyasya
What is good for a kshatriya as far as his dharma is concerned? Fighting is your dharma. So already in second chapter, what is good for Arjuna, Bhagavan explained. But still Arjuna is not very happy with that. That is why he asked a question, tell me what is good for me. So it is not that in second chapter Bhagavan did not tell what is good for him. So even if it is told, see, the doubt comes only when you know little bit. So that is where Arjuna is asking, I want more explanation on this. That is where Bhagavan says, Jnanam is also important. So it is not that second chapter deals only with the Jnanam. Your karma is fighting. That also he told. Example is the sloka number 31 and 32 and little bit here and there you can see. So but Bhagavan here says, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Divita Nishtha
Lokesmin divita dishta
Pura Prokta Maya Nakha Pura Prokta Maya Nakha
Pura Prokta
That is how earlier Pura Prokta, that is how the earlier people told. Mayanaka, a strong man who doesn't have any papa. Without any error, you are there. Without any commitment of mistakes, you are there. You realize it. Jnana yogena sankhyanam.
Jnana yogena sankhyanam.
Karma yogena yoginam.
Karma yogena yoginam.
Now, what is that exactly to be done? Because everybody has to do his job. Na karmana manarambha.
Na karmana manarambha.
Naishkarmyam purushosnute.
Naishkarmyam purushosnute.
Naja sanyasana deva.
Nacha sanjasana deva.
Siddhim samadhigaschati.
Siddhim samadhigaschati.
A monk, a sannyasi also cannot keep quiet. Because he is a sannyasi doesn't mean renunciation of karma. Only renunciation of the materialistic world around him. So sannyasin is one who doesn't have a self motive. That's all what it means. Sannyasis can have a common society's benefit can be his motive. So he also have to be in action. So he is not one who rejected karma. He doesn't have sad mood. If doesn't work also he is okay. That is what a sannyasi's level. He doesn't attach himself, bind himself with what is happening around him. Therefore, he will not have the trouble of getting sad when something doesn't work. That is what makes somebody a sannyasi. So, na karmana manarambha naishkarmyam purushosnute.
Na karmana manarambha naishkarmyam purushosnute.
Na ja sanyasana deva siddhim samadhigaschati.
Nacha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhigaschati.
Nahi kaschit kshanamapi.
Nahi kaschit
Kshanamapi.
Jatu tishtatya karmakrit.
Jatu tishtasya karmakrit.
Karyate hyavashah karma. Sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. Fifth sloka. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi. Not even a single moment somebody can stay without any karma. Everyone has to get involved into work. Always either in thoughts he is in work. Work doesn't mean physical action. Your intellectual activity is also work. Karyate hyavasha karma. Without any
Karyate kshavat karma.
Karma karyate. When there is an activity which you are involved into, sarva avashaha, for the common cause, for everybody's requirement. Do that prakriti jair gunaihi, that according to your prakriti. What is your basic character? Swabhavam. That is called swabhava. You are supposed to be in action always. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi.
Nahi kaschit kshanamapi.
Jatu tishtatya karma krita.
Shanamapi.
Jatu tishtatya karma krita.
Jatu tishtat kumakrut.
Karyate hyavashah karma.
Karyate hyavashah karma.
Sarva prakriti jair gunaihi.
Sarva prakriti.
Each of the sloka in third chapter also you feel very close. Karmendriyani samyamya, the next one.
कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य
Ya aste manasasmaran
य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन्
indriyarthan vimudhatma
इन्द्रियाणि मूढात्
midhyachara sa uchyate. Those people there, indriyarthan, they do some action for what? To satisfy their indriyas. They are the people who are to be called as midhyachara. They are supposed to be called as people who are hypocrites. They don't understand the purpose of life. They have a lot of inner conflicts. They want good taste, nice scenery. Karmendriyani samyamya. Their organs are into action, but not the Atma. Ya aste manase smaren. So always their manas is behind such activity which is involved in indriya, which cannot be controlled by the manas. Only indriya is controlling their manas. Wherever there is a taste, they keep going behind it. That is what is midhyachara, mudha. Lot of different words are being used, and they are kapatas. Karmendriyani samyamya.
कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य
Ya aste manasasmaran
य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन्
indriyarthan vimudhatma
इन्द्रियाणि विमूढात्मा
midhyachara sa uchyate. They are all midhyacharas. They don't know what is the right thing. They are all controlled by midya. So what action you are supposed to do? Niyatam kuru karmatvam. Eighth one. Karmajyayohya karmanaham. Sharira yatrapi chate. Na prasiddhyota karmanaham. It is not possible. Na prasiddhyota karmanaha. Akarmanaha. Na prasiddhyota akarmanaha. You cannot be in no action mode. That means always you are in action. It is impossible to be without action. Every moment your body, sharira, as it is in yatra. What is yatra? Yatra is maintenance. Moving on like this, we keep saying, right? Moving on like this means we are doing our action for survival. If in such survival, whatever you do also, is that your action which is into some karma. But what karma is actually the duty which you are supposed to do is kuru karmatva. Perform something which is the karma, which is there. The first karma is not your routine karma which you are into daily maintenance of action. The first karma is niyatam kuru karmatva. What is assigned to you by the niyata, niyati, which is assigned to you, which constantly you have supposed to do based on the Vedic duties. That's the difference. The higher karma. Niyatam kuru karmatvam. That superior job. That action, karmajyohya karmanaha. The superior action which you are supposed to do is what you are supposed to do. So that karma which is maintaining your life is not what you are supposed to do, which everybody does it. That is not what I am asking. Arjuna, I am asking you. That means all of us, Bhagavan is asking, don't do this normal karma which you do to maintain your life. Sharira yatra bichate. While traveling in your life, Sharira yatra api. Now also my life is moving on like this. Api cha te. That what you do like this. That action everybody is supposed to do it without even knowing. There is no confusion. So what karma I am prescribing, what jnana I am prescribing is not the avidya. To maintain your life also you require some knowledge. That is your degree certificate to get a job. That vidya I am not talking to you. I am not talking to you that karma to make your life maintenance. I am talking to you that karma which will become higher for the general public cause. That knowledge which you require to take you towards the moksham. That is what I am.
Called Swadharma?
Eh?
Is it called Swadharma?
That is also called Swadharma. Everyone has got, everything can be put into Swakarmam. Swakarmam is what I am doing at my home is also Swakarma. But when you enlarge it, it becomes Kudumba Karma. Right? When whatever karma you do for yourself is your Swadharma. You have to maintain your life. Yeah, therefore avidya is must. Taking salary, getting food, everything is must. But beyond that, you should also do something for the society. That need not be.
Is that called Swadharma?
No, Swadharma is defined by every one of us. I decide what is my Swadharma.
Is it by us or by Bhagavan?
See, Bhagavan is asking you, if Bhagavan is already designed and we are into that, this lecture is not required, right? He knows everybody doesn't do. Why the lecture is given? You have a skill, everybody doesn't have skill. That in the subsequent chapter, Bhagavan will tell you, even if you want, you will not be able to do it after some time. There are people who continue to do the social cause, learn lot of things, they travel into the path of yogi, but then sometime they will discontinue and then leave it. That is also possible. They are into such a path, but after some time they will discontinue. What will happen to them also, if Bhagavan explains in the few chapters in 9, 10 and all that. Then he will tell you, don't worry, in the next Janma you can carry forward from that place where you stopped. So that is not this body maintenance, because Bhagavan already told your body is important, not important. Your kudumbam is not important. Right? So this Swadharma is not what is satisfying my indriya is also considered as my Swadharma. When I am feeling hungry, eating is my Swadharma. That is to maintain my body. But maintaining my body is not the karma. That's what Bhagavan says here. You should get into a higher level where you have to serve the society. So now eating also becomes not to maintain my body, but for the energy to serve the people. If I am eating, with that bhava, when you eat, eating becomes karma, which is for a Vasudeva Nanma. For the whole public utility I am eating. That is why in the 3rd chapter, how to eat is also being explained, right? Got it? And what is that you are eating? The food what you are eating is also given by Bhagavan by doing a great yatna by himself. He is producing food for you. That is the greatest yatna which he does. Therefore, that food eating also becomes my greatest yatna. Because the production of the food itself is a great yatna. That is the next sloka. See how nicely Rudradev asked that question.
No, still I am in confusion. There's karma and dharma.
Yeah.
So dharma, according to me, whatever I understood is, as per our Chaturvarnas, from dharmas are decided already what each dharma we have to do.
Yeah.
As Arjuna being a Kshatriya, his Swadharma is to participate in a war.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bhagavan is asking us to do our swadharmas. Swakarmas everybody does it.
Actually, if fighting is the job of Arjuna, he should have just fought. He don't have to learn why he is fighting.
But he is not doing, no. That's why he's...
No. Therefore, there is a reason you can fight without knowing the cause, without knowing why he is fighting. Then he becomes a mechanical person who does job because his job is that. But he has to raise his level to a higher level. Each one of us has to understand why are we doing it. Without knowing why I am doing, if I do it, that I becomes only the lowermost worker. When I know the cause and when I do it, I will raise my level. That is why Jnanam is required. Otherwise, for doing karma, I need not know the whole purpose. So knowing the purpose and doing the job is entirely different from doing the job without understanding the purpose.
That's okay.
Yeah. Therefore, Bhagavan is trying to raise him to a level. Realize Arjuna. Otherwise, Bhagavan says you fight, he will fight it. That is your karma. That would have been enough. Jnana is not required. So it is not karma yoga alone Bhagavan is teaching. Jnana yoga is also being taught. And you have to do it dedicatedly. Therefore, bhakti yoga is also being taught. You should have devotion. Do it with complete dedication. Because every item in this world which is for you to eat, that is also created by Bhagavan, the nature, with a lot of dedication. That itself is a yatna. That is what he explains in the sloka 14. Go to 14. Annat bhavanti bhutani
Annat bhavanti bhutani
Bhutani
Parjanyad anna sambhavaham
Anna Sambhavaha
Yatnat bhavadi parjanyo
Yajnat bhavati
Yajnat Bhavati Parjanyo
Yatnat bhavadi parjanyo.
Yajnat Bhavati Parjanyo.
You can do it parjanyaha, but then that is also correct. Parjanyo is also correct. Right? Yatna karma samudbhavaham Annat bhavanti bhudani. Every bhudam means living being. That's it. Every small part, jivatmas living with life, every one depends on whom? The food what they eat. Annat bhavanti bhudani. From that annam only the Buddha is there. My body is there because I ate food. Parjanyat anna sambhavaha. How the annam comes? Annam comes from the rain. Parjanya means rain. Parjanyat anna sambhavaha. Yatnat bhavati parjanyo. How water is coming? That is a big yatna. What is that yatna? Already water is there in some part of the world. That the sun, the Surya, will make it into vapor, take it to the sky, from there clean it up, and then serve it to the other part of the world where there is no water at all. See, if rain is not there, you don't get water in some places. So wherever water is there, either in the river with full salt water, totally polluted water in some of the rivers or ocean, the Surya will take it up. Who is Surya? Bhagavan himself. That's why he is a Surya Vamshaja. So he says, I will take all this. That is my yatna. Yatna karma samudbhavaha. That is how every yatna starts. Why Bhagavan is doing it? To create rain. That is why I am evaporating water and then serving water to everywhere. See, the process of raining has got a yatna sankalpa. Bhagavan is taking it and then serving to everybody. Similarly, what you should do? You should take the annam, food, and serve everybody with your karma. Because I am also doing my karma. Bhagavan is taking his own example to say that I am doing my karma, you should also do your karma. Annat bhavanti bhudani
Annat bhavanti bhutani
parjanyad anna sambhavaha
Parjanyanna
अन्ना संभवः
yatnat bhavati parjanyaha.
भवति पर्जन्यः
You can also chant yatnat bhavati parjanyo.
भवति पर्जन्यो
Yatna karma samudbhavaha.
समुद्भवः
So that is how the whole yatna starts. Everybody does it. Every person does it. Therefore, what you should do? You should also do your karma. If I stop doing my karma, no rain will be there. If no rain is there, no grain will be there. No grain is there, your shariram will not be there. So I am doing my job. So what is to be done now? Hey Arjuna, do your job. Understood? When rain comes, there can be some flood also. Sometimes lot of disaster happens. Just because of that, do I stop raining? No. Bhagavan says there can be problems, but still I have to do my job. So similarly, you also do your job. There can be problems. That doesn't matter. Somebody may die, but that you don't have to worry. Okay. Maybe 30th sloka. Mai sarvani karmani
कर्माणि
sanyasyadhyatma chetasam
चेतसा
nirashir nirmamo bhutva
निराशे निर्ममो भूत्वा
युद्धस्व विगतज्वराम. So now he says, my sarvani karmani. See, I am doing my job. I can also keep quiet, but I am not keeping quiet like Arjuna you are doing. I can do that, but I am not doing it. Therefore, what you should do? Yuddhasva vigadajvara. Get ready and then start fighting. Earlier also Bhagavan told, where he told you get up and then start fighting. Now also he says, there are few places where he says, Yuddhaswa, you have to do your job. But otherwise, it is all generic lecture. Karma, 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 karma means it is for all of us. When it comes to Yuddhaswa, it is very specific to Arjuna. What he does, he takes a general story and then immediately after that, he will tell you, you should fight. Everybody is doing, so you should also do it. Mai sarvani karmani
कर्माणि
sanyasya adhyatma chetasam.
चेतसा
That is how you should do it. Adhyatma chetasa. With all that adhyatmic knowledge, you should do job. With that bhavam of sannyasi. Without getting bounded by the action. As I am doing. I am not taking credit of all the water which is falling because I am the person who is making it to go as vapor. But I am not responsible for this. I will do my job. You take it. The phalam is not my response. That is not I wanted actually. Similarly, you should also do it. How you should do it? Nirashir nirmamo bhutva. Without expecting any result. Like earlier also he told, don't expect a result, you do it. So continuously reminding him, you do your job as a generic karma. Yuddhasva vigatajvaraha. Now go to 35. Why am I asking you to do it? Sreyan swadharmo vigunaha. Paradharmat swa anushtitat. Swadharme nidhanam sreya.
स्वधर्मे निधनं श्रेया.
Paradharmo bhayavaham. So, doing your own job is more important than doing somebody's job. That is what here he says. Swadharmam. Now, Rudradev asked what is Swadharma. The clarification for this Swadharmam will come later. Fighting is not your Swadharmam. You can keep shifting. We have a lot of such examples. But now you are a fighter in the war field. Coming to the war field, you have decided you are going to fight. Therefore, you should do it. Otherwise, there is no basic person who is supposed to be a fighter. The basic character of partitioning all the people into different categories are based on swabhavam. Which bhavam you are in that moment is what is your dharma. So, you have to do the karma because you got ready and then came to. If you are not going to the exam hall, no problem. You don't have to write exam. Having sat for exam, you should write exam. Otherwise, actually Krishna is not a Kshatriya. Krishna is a Yadava. Other backward community. Lalu Prasad Yadav's great grandfather.
Great.
So traditionally
Comparisons.
their job, they are same. No, I am not exaggerating. Traditionally, Krishna's family's job is to take care of cattle.
Yes.
And that is where Lalu Prasad has gone to jail and he may die there also. Whereas Krishna took birth in the jail. Is there not a relationship between both of them?
Yes, sir.
Got it? And what he has done, because of his karma involved into activity, traditionally there was no person who belongs to this category, OBC cannot become higher caste, is not there. He converted himself because he got into activity wherein he first killed his uncle who was not a good ruler. But then he did not become the king of that place. He left that place and then came back. He did not stay there. Because he don't want to rule. His Swadharma was not ruling. Then from there he became higher. And when he is in Mahabharata war, he is at a higher place like a teacher's place. A guru who gives jnana, knowledge, pandit, is much higher than a Kshatriya. He is an advisor to a king. So Krishna transformed himself to an advisory board. Similarly, we can see in whole Pauranic stories, either Vyasa belongs to a fisherman's family. Got it? Vatmiki belongs to a hunter's family. We all got them into Acharya's Padavi. And there are people who are Brahmins, they converted into Kshatriyas. There are Kshatriyas who transformed into sannyasis. So these depends on what bhavam you want. Arjuna, you came to Warfield for what? And now you want to tell these are all my relatives. Was it yesterday evening they were not your relatives? Just now they become your relatives or what? Don't you know that your grandfather is going to be in the warfield, your guru is going to be in the warfield, they all belong to the opposite side? Having understood you came here, now you are running away telling that these are all my relatives. That is not admitted. That is not part of your Swadharma. So now you came here to fight and that is why you made me as your driver. Now you cannot turn the vehicle back, I want to run away. I will not do that. Got it? There is a saying, either you are in the war field for fighting and winning or running away from your responsibility. Both the time you will get shoot only in the chest. When you turn back and run, your own colleagues will shoot you, thinking that you are coming from the enemy's side. Assume that you are in the enemy side, then also you will get fought. Okay, so that could happen. So So you must not run away from the war field. That is the biggest message being given. Swadharma is having come here, fight. Got it? So that is the context. Now, Bhagavan will define what is that varna, who has to do what, and all in the subsequent chapters. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha.
Janmana jayate jantu.
Yeah.
Karmanyeshu brahmana.
Brahmana. Provided you learn and teach, you become a Brahmana. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha.
Shreyan Swadharmo
Paradharmat Swa Anushtitat.
Paradharman
Paradharmasta Anushtitat.
Swadharma Niyadam Shreya. Paradharmo Bhayavaham. Doing somebody's job is actually terrifying. That is not supposed to be done. Okay. Now 42. We are reaching the last part of chapter 3. Indriyani Paranyahu.
Indriyani Paranyahu.
Indriyebhya Param Manaham.
Manaha.
Manasastu Parabuddhi.
Parabuddhi.
Yo Buddhe Paradastu Saham. Indriyani Paranyahu.
Indriyani Paranyahu.
Indriya is supposed to be the superior thing. That is what some people are saying. Some people think that Indriya is more important. We have heard you do your job only because satisfying your Indriyas. But there is something higher than Indriya. Indriyebhya Param Manaha. Higher than Indriya is your Manas. In Manas, what will be there? Bhakti will be there, devotion will be there, interest will be there, passion will be there. That job only you should do. Indriyebhya Param Manaha. But then, sometimes your passion and interest may not be satisfying your logical reasoning. Therefore, you are logically supposed to give a countersign by the Buddhi. Manasastu para buddhir. Buddhi stays little higher than Manas. So logically think what you are doing is correct. Yo buddheha paradastu sahaha. That buddhi which should be with whose control, along with whom you should keep it, paratastu. That Atma. Surrender that buddhi to Atma. Or take buddhi to the higher level Atma. And when that buddhi and Atma become same, your Manas also will become close to that. That is why earlier we have seen Uddharet Atmanatmanam. You remember?
Yeah.
Chapter number 5?
6.
Yeah, 6 sloka number 5, right? Uddharet Atmanatmanam Atmanam avasadhayet Atmaiva hyatmano bandhu Atmaiva ripuratmanaham. So, whatever is required to be told in the subsequent chapters will be the end of the chapter, previous chapter. Now, in the third chapter, Bhagavan talks about your Indriya, Manas and all different level is there. Therefore, you have to get it into higher and higher level. Then your karma which is done based on your Indriya level will not be acceptable. Manas level will not be acceptable. Buddhi level will not be acceptable. It goes to the Atma level. And Atma level is what is for others' benefit. So, what you should do from your Swadharma, you should go to higher and higher level. Swadharma should not be get attached to your body part. Not in the Manas part, not in the Buddhi part. Get into the Atma level. Such people are called Atmiya Purushas. So from the common man, the Jantu, the Manushya, you have to move it into Atmiya Purusha. That is the transformation which Bhagavan wanted Arjuna to get. Indriyani Paranyahu. Indriyebhya Param Manaham. Manassastu Parabuddhir. Yo Buddhe Paratastu Saham. Yeah, next also can be chanted, but you can skip. Now, chapter number 4 is, now assume your karma needs to be not based on the indriya, not the passion, manas. It has to be with a lot of logic. Then what he has to add to the karma? Knowledge. That is why the next chapter is going to be the chapter on knowledge. And what knowledge? It is to make you to that Atmiya level. Which are those knowledge? That is where Bhagavad Gita becomes the essence of Upanishads in the 4th chapter onwards. That's why it is called. So far Upanishad and all is not there. Only Sankhya also Upanishad could be there, but exact Upanishad Vachanams will come in this chapter. Which are the major Upanishads and the major Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, all of them have got different Upanishads and different Vakyas. All of them have to be understood. Right? Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Atma Brahmaha, Pratnanam Brahma. Me, inside me, the Atma is called the Brahma. So I have to be surrendering to Brahma so that my activity becomes creative activity, not the normal everybody does. Through a knowledge which gives me lot of discipline, and that discipline is what I require. So my karma with jnana will give me a transcendental knowledge, not jnana alone, not karma alone, which will give me a godly knowledge. Yeah, there was some question? So my jiva add to the Bhagavan, then I got a liberation, moksha. So all my action becomes at that level. That time, now the question can be answered. What is my job? That is where Bhagavan discusses about Chaturvarnyam. Okay, that is why in 4th chapter, Bhagavan describes Chaturvarnyam. Where is he describing? Yeah, which sloka is that? 13th one. Yeah. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. Guna karma vibhagashaham. Tasya kartaramapi mam. Vidya kartaramavyayam. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. It is me who created Chaturvarnyam. Don't have to find fault with any party. Right? Chaturvarnyam is defined by Bhagavan only. But not in the way today it is being practiced. Bhagavan himself says, there is all chance of diluting whatever happened. That is why before telling this Chaturvarnyam definition, in the 4th chapter, the first sloka itself, Bhagavan is taking a bail, a advance bail. He says, don't find fault with me for today's activity, what is happening here. Because what happened earlier, similar classes were given by Vivaswate Yogam, Proktavanava Mahipavyayam, Vivaswan Manave Praha, Manurukshwagave Bravit. Earlier it was told by Vivaswata to, and then Manu. Vivaswan also told this, Manu also told this, and all that Prahu generations were passed. Manu told this earlier, but then I also belong to the Suryavamsha, but today it is not in practice. My Purvikas told this, but it is not in practice today. Therefore it gets diluted. Whatever I am telling Arjuna, that also will get diluted. Therefore, whatever I am telling you as Chaturvarnya is created by me will not be staying as it is. Bhagavan has already taken this bail because we all will find fault with Bhagavan. He created these differences. No. He told the next line, Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. Based on his gunam. Therefore, a Brahmin with a cross belt who is supposed to do puja should not become an MTech electronics. Just now there was an MTech electronics who came to me and he wanted to be an engineer. Engineering job is not a Brahmin's job. Yes, he can teach, but he should not become a skilled person. He should not become a repairing person later. Got it? Guna karma vibhagashaha. What is the gunam required is also he explained. Tasya kartaram apimam.
Tasya kartaram abhimam.
That creator, although me, mom, I am the creator, you should understand. What is that you should understand? Vidya kartaram avyayam. It is knowing this and not being in karmam. As a doer, if you are not into action, there is no benefit at all. Kartaram avyayam. No changeable things will happen in this world. So everybody is supposed to do his job as per the definitions, as per his swabhavam. Guna karma vibhagashaha. Don't say Chaturvarnyam, maya system. Immediately you should say Guna karma vibhagashaha. And understand Varnam is different from caste. Jati is different. Varnam is different. We have categorized people based on the parents belongs to this, therefore you also belongs. No, that should not be there. It is your gunam. My gunam need not be my father's gunam. My father was a farmer.
Gunas means three gunas, sir.
Three gunas attached to that is one guna, and another one is how are you going to show it off. That is the basic essence. They are all like Sattva Tajoguna and all is like the first element in the compound. When it gets added to me, I become a compound. So my ability will become a mix of these gunas. No element can stay for a specific purpose. It is only combination of these gunas will become an individual. So here guna doesn't mean the Sattva Rajatamo gunas. It means as an individual what guna which I have, which I will show in the karma. That is why it is called the guna karma. That is what is more important. Jnana karma sannyasa yogam. For jnanam and karmam mixing together, I will have a very specific style of action. That action is what my basic guna. That will make me to act in specific style. Otherwise, guna vibhaga yogam will come later. There we have to categorize ourselves separately. But here, your basic character of performance is what is understood. You perform like a Kshatriya, then you are a Kshatriya. You perform like a Shudra, you are a Shudra. Perform like a Brahmana. Learning and teaching. Your Uttar Pradesh is more active, you are a Brahmin. Learning and teaching happens in the head. Your power position style you are showing, then you are a Kshatriya. Whether making money is what you are looking at, you become a Shudra. I mean Vaishya. You are just enjoying, that becomes a Shudra. So that is the Guna Karma Vibhagam. That is what here Bhagavan describes as Guna Karma Vibhaga Yogam. Right? Yeah. Vidya Kartaram Avyayam. It is non-doer. I myself is not a doer. I doesn't belong to these categories. As per this, that is what he says. It is not that he will not do. Non-doer, knowing all these, being a non-doer, being unchangeable is my style of life. I am not going to involve in any of this directly. That is what he says. This is coming later in 18th chapter, more detail. You want that sloka? Yeah, I think it is 41. 18th chapter, 41st sloka. That also we can chant. 18th chapter, 41st, 4-1. I think, let me just check. Yeah, 41st sloka. Brahmana kshatriya vimsham shudranam jabarandava karmani pravibhaktani swabhava prabhavair gunai. Brahmana kshatriya vimsham
Brahmana Kshatriya Vimsham
shudranam jabarandava. Hey Parandava, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, all these people, what happened to them? Karmani pravibhaktani. They do their job as per the category they belong to. But how do the category belongs to? How do you categorize them? Swabhava prabhavair gunaihi. So you based on your swabhava. Your swabhava can keep changing. Today I may be like a Kshatriya. I don't think nobody will believe in my family that I am teaching Bhagavad Gita or I am discussing Bhagavad Gita. I was never like this my childhood. So maybe sometime you will change yourself. In childhood you would have been some way. That doesn't mean later you will not progress. So that progress is essential. That is what need to happen to people. So that is what Bhagavan describes. So explanations will come in the subsequent chapters again. So don't read one sloka in Bhagavad Gita and try to understand the whole thing. You will have to refer back and forth and back and forth. Now when you are doing 18th chapter 41st sloka, get back to this sloka again. Then you will understand much better because he is explaining. We are only looking at a glance now, a peripheral view. If interest and time permit, this is how I did last year, 2 years back. I did like this to America. People, every chapter gone like this. Then they found interest, they wanted to sloka by sloka. Then I redid the whole thing, sloka by sloka again. That time it was much more interesting. Right? So now,
earlier you told one sloka.
Yeah.
The Go Brahmana.
Yeah.
That is also related like
That is also related. That is in the Vishnu Sahasranam. Vedanta Go Brahmana Hasyat Kshatriyo Vijayi Bhavet Vaishyo Dhana Samardha Shudra Sugamapniyat. That is how your Swabhavam is defined. Because it is not Bhagavan who said that. It is actually to popularize what Bhishma told Dharmaputra. Vishnu Sahasranamam is told by Bhishma to Dharmaputra. Dharmaputra wanted to know how should I rule the country when Bhishma was on the bedline. Right? Before going to Tata bye bye. Last lecture Dharmaputra wanted from whom? Bhishma. No. Dharmaputra wanted from Krishna. But then Krishna told, I am still with you. I will be with you for another 33 years more. Don't worry. This man, old man is going. Take a lecture from him. Redirected to the expiry date fellow. In the fridge also you will select which is expiry and then eat. Right? Like that. So what happened? Krishna is a very, very cunning fellow. Actually, Krishna needs a good marketing. Therefore, that job is given to Bhishma. What Bhishma did? Bhishma marketed Krishna by 1,000 names. He said, you chant this, you will become the best ruler. Because Krishna cannot chant his own name 1,000 names, na? And tell you chant by 1,000 names, you will become better king. That will become self-patting. That he don't want. He has already given the duty to Bhishma. So Bhishma gave. Later people added to sloka like a Dhyana sloka. In that Dhyana sloka only this came. Dhyana sloka is never given by. So who has to chant? Why he should chant? Question came. That time Dhyana sloka was added. Marketing came later. Product is produced by the producer. Marketing team will give nice quotation to advertisement. So the advertisement part is the Dhyana sloka. Okay. So that is where it is explained. It's all one and the same. Now Here Bhagavan says, I cannot stop doing my job. Therefore I am here. That is what the beauty of the most famous. Whenever I take one chapter, I will tell that is the most famous, right? So here also I have a most famous sloka in 4th chapter. You know what is that? 7th sloka. Yatha yatha hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharataha abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. I don't think any explanation required for this because this is the most famous. Whenever, wherever required, I will come into the form and then I will adjust the imbalance. Like your milk is more, tea powder is less. You add little tea powder to make the best tea. Because tea powder was more, you will add little sugar, right? So balancing is done. Yatha yatha hi dharmasya. Wherever my dharmam is there, the sugar dharmam is there, I will become sugar. If tea dharmam is required, I will become tea. Glanir bhavati bharataha. Whenever there is a decline, imbalance happens. And you can see me in that form. And then I will make it adjusted. With your interest, with your taste. That is what I will do. Increasing the righteousness to make it the best tea. I will raise the level of milk, the level of sugar, level of the powder. Tadatmanam srujamyaham. I will manifest in whatever form you want. So that is what we must understand. Right? Yatha yatha hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharataha abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. That's it.
And this sloka was included in Mahabharata, right, sir?
These are all part of Mahabharata only.
No. The serial I'm talking about.
Yeah, that is they take whatever is most famous so that people get attached.
Yeah.
This sloka is a part of Vishnu Sahasranama also.
That is what I am saying. That is all people get mixed up. We don't know whether Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata itself is originally written with the full slokas by Vyasa himself. People would have got added. Many people keep adding many things to make it more beautiful, more attractive, right?
Right.
Now only 12 slokas would have been written in Bhajagovindam by Shankaracharya. The rest of the things are added by the Shishyas. So it's all like that. It keep on getting added. Now there are beautiful slokas in 4th chapter. I think we should call it a day now. Because when I look at it, I find each sloka is important. 39th sloka. Sarvadharman parityajya saddhavan labhate jnanam. Beautiful sloka. Right? And then to 24th sloka. Yeah, that we can. 24th sloka can be one sloka which we can just finish today. That is because so far we talked about yatna karma. One big yatna karma we are supposed to do. What is that every day? Yatna is putting havis. Havis means the items which are to be put into fire is called havis. It can be ghee, it can be rice, it can be jaggery. Anything you put inside fire so that it becomes a homam. Yatnam, yagam. That is why Ganapati homam. The fire is taken, put a little bit of jaggery or maybe cane, whatever which gives you taste, you put it. Rice you put it, ghee you put it, and then that becomes your yaga. I was an Agnihotri for long years. Nearly 14 years I did Agnihotra every day. So when we do that, that Arpanam is called Brahma Arpanam. We are giving it to Brahma. What for I am eating? I am eating food not to gain my weight. I want to become creative. My buddhi has to become more better. My Atma has to become more better. So my food is not taken for my physical strength. So I must know that I am eating not to fill my tummy, not to get muscles, because I am not a fighter. So what purpose, what swabhavam you have, what karma you have to do, your food has to be consumed accordingly. See what a great microbiotics, macrobiotic science, in which Bhagavan says, before taking food you decide that you are, for whom this Bhagavad Gita, not for physical fighters. If that is your job, don't read Bhagavad Gita. Here itself Bhagavan says who should read. Therefore, who want knowledge, who want to raise themselves from the manas level to the buddhi level to atma level, that raising is your swabhavam improvement. If you are looking for that, read Bhagavad Gita. And such people should take whatever annam I am giving, the food what I am giving you should eat. That time remember that I am giving you this food. Devotionally eat. So eating becomes the biggest yajna yaga karma. But not chicken, mutton, fish. We don't put shavam, dead body into. Why? Because there are two places where dahanam happens. Dahanam is the tummy. Tummy, the digestion is called dahanam. And the last dahanam happens in the graveyard. In graveyard you can take a dead body. But if your food becomes a dead body and you are putting, your tummy becomes the graveyard, everyday graveyard. So you decide whether you want to, nice Bhagavad Gita classes, immediately after chicken. Then don't read Bhagavad Gita, close the book. I also ate sufficient chicken, mutton, beef, everything in my life, including dog, cat, snake also I ate in my life. But then afterwards I decided I will leave all that and start Bhagavad Gita. That is the migration. But having reading this, don't eat that. Because this sloka says, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir. Sloka number 24. Brahmagnau Brahmanahudam. Brahmaiva tena gandhavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. My eating is a Brahma karma, a creative activity. That is why I am eating something which will grow. If I put it into the mud, if I make it into fire, if I put it into water, germination will happen sometime. See, a grain which is put it into sunlight, summer season, it will break its skin and get water and mud, Panchabhutatmakam. This is called Panchabhutatmakam. And give a sufficient space for growing, it will grow. That seed is what I am eating. That seed has the power of bringing up many other seeds. So my knowledge can bring many knowledge around me, which I will put it into Panchabhutatmakam, will grow. That only I should eat, so that I will become powerful. So I am not eating one small grain. I am not eating one rice. When I am eating one rice, I am eating a ton of rice, because from this that can be generated. That is the energy level. It is not a shavam. It is with energy I am eating, with full of potential to grow. That is what I am eating. That only I should eat. When I eat that, Brahmarpanam, that food can be Brahmarpanam. Don't take a fish and eat and then say Brahmarpanam. No. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavis. Havir means that which puts into fire. That is Brahma. Who has given this? Brahma has given. For what I am putting? To put it into Brahmagnav. And what is that I am getting? That becomes a Brahma karma. Brahmagnav Brahmanahudam Brahmaiva tena gandhavyam Brahma karma samadhina. What a beautiful sloka is this. This is what is to be chanted, keeping the food in front. Look at it for some time. Chant this sloka. Therefore your tongue will become watery. Then put one small bit and then put it in the mouth. Again chant this once more. Chant again once more. 3 times when you do, you have patience to eat. your whole 36 feet of food which goes through the food pipe will know that you are eating this food. Be aware of eating food. Last week we told, before taking bath we must tell our body I am taking bath. Similarly, before taking food I should tell my body that I am going to eat. Telling that is this loka. Brahmarpanam brahmahavir brahmagnau brahmanahudam brahmaiva tena gandhavyam brahma karma samadhina. Consider this eating is for making me highly creative. If you are not creative, you are an animal. If you are creative, you are a human being. Being human, being social. That is human being, being human. Social being, being social. These two characters will come when you eat for creative life. That is what Bhagavan says. Again, he will start in 15th chapter. The food can be divided into different parts. Kattvamala lavanatyushna. Who will like pickle more? What sort of character will be that people who likes pickle? All that will explain. Food therapy is also given here. Okay. So maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow will not be there. I'll post Monday. There are few people who wanted again time change, because some Australia people wanted to join. So this time is late night for them. So that is why I am asking you time. So if you can send me the time convenient for you, we will again take a survey and then see. Not one. Lakshmi Prasad's relative asked, there is somebody else from Australia asked, they wanted a time change. They prefer 10:30 morning. But I may have few lectures. The next week I have some lecture in one of the universities. So that day probably, which is not every day, one of these days. So that day we may skip, but rest of the time, whether we can have at 10:30 or not. 10:30 to 11:30 morning.
Okay, sir. We will send our convenient
Yeah,
time,
you
sir.
tell your convenient time. Otherwise, maybe we will need to repeat. If there are more audience, we don't mind repeating. But average now people are only 15-20. So though when I circulate it after YouTube, we will get average 100 people viewers. We don't know. Viewers doesn't mean listeners. They will just click because I am sending the link. Right? So they are really listening or not, we don't know. If it is the intention is to listen to video on YouTube, there are many earlier one also. Whatever so far I have done can be seen. So the live has got a different taste. I am 100% sure. You feel like, yeah, now I am ready. Right? Yeah. Okay. So
Yes, sir. Namaste.
see you Monday.
Namaskaram.
Yeah.
Pranams. Pranams, sir.
Pranams.
Namaskaram.
Namaste.
So on Monday we'll be having the next class, no, sir?
Yeah,
Monday.
that I will say whether it is 10:30 or 4:30 based on the schedule which I have. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Urvarukamiva bandhanam mrityurmukshiyamantat Trambakam nijamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva bandhanam mrityurmukshiyamantat Om shuklam varadaram vishnum shashivarnam chaturbhujam prasannavanam dhyayet sarvaviknopashantaye Vakratunda mahakaya suryakodi samaprabha nirvignam kuru me deva Sarvaviknopashantaye Saraswati namastubhyam varate kamarupini vidyarambham karishyami Siddhirbhavatu me sada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sadashivasamarambha Shankaracharya Madhyamah Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara Ishvaro Gururatmedi Mukti Bheda Bhav Vibhagine Vyamavat Vyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddhajnaneikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah Om തായ പ്രതിബോധിതാം ഭഗവതാ നാരായണേന സ്വയം വ്യാസേന ഗ്രഥിതാം പുരാണമുനിനാം മധ്യേ മഹാഭാരതം അദ്വൈതാമൃതവർഷിണീം ഭഗവതീ അഷ്ടാദശാധ്യായിനീം അംബത്വാമനുസന്തതാമി ഭഗവദ്ഗീതേ ഭവദ്വേഷിണീം നമോസ്തുതേ വ്യാസവിശാലബുദ്ധേ പുല്ലാരവിന്ദായ പദത്രനേത്ര യേന ത്വയാ ഭാരതതൈലപൂർണപ്രജ്വാലിതോ ജ്ഞാനമയപ്രദീപപ്രപന്നപാരിജാതായ തത്രവേത്രൈകപാണയേ ജ്ഞാനമുദ്രായ കൃഷ്ണായ ഗീതാമൃതതുലേ നമഃ. സർവോപനിഷദോ ഗാവോ ദുഗ്ധോ ഗോപാലനന്ദനാം പാർത്ഥോ വത്സസ്സുദുർഭോക്താ ദുഗ്ധം ഗീതാമൃതം മഹത് വസുദേവസുതം ദേവം കംസചാരൂരവർദ്ധനം ദേവകീ പരമാനന്ദം കൃഷ്ണം വന്ദേ ജഗദ്ഗുരും. ഭീഷ്മദ്രോണതടാജേദ്രതജലാത് ഗന്ധാരനീരോൽപലാ ശല്യഗ്രാഹവതീ കൃപേണ വഹനീ കർമ്മേണ വേലാകുല അശ്വത്ഥാമവികർണ ഘോരമകരാത് ദുര്യോധനാവർത്തിനീ ചതുർനാഗുലുപണ്ഡവൈരണനദീ കൈവർത്തക കേശവ പരാശര്യവചസ്സരോജമമലം ഗീതാർത്ഥഗന്ധുൽക്കടം നാനാഖ്യാനകേസരം ഹരികഥാ സംബോധനാബോധിതം ലോകേ സജ്ജന ഷട്പദൈരഹരഹേ പേപീയമാനം മുദാ ഭൂയാത് ഭാരതപങ്കജം കലിമലപ്രധ്വംസിന ശ്രേയസ മൂകം കരോതി വാചാലം പങ്കും ലംഘയതേ ഗിരിം യത്കൃപാതമഹം വന്ദേ പരമാനന്ദമാധവം. യം ബ്രഹ്മാ വരുണേന്ദ്രമരുതഃ സ്തുനന്തി ദിവ്യൈസ്തവൈः വേദൈ സംഗഃ പദക്രമോപനിഷदैः ധ്യാനാവസ്ഥിതതദ്ഗതേന മനസാ പശ്യന്തി യം യോഗിനോ യസ്യാന്തം ന വിദുഃ സുരാസുരഗണാ. ദേവായ തസ്മൈ നമഃ. ദേവായ തസ്മൈ നമഃ.